Hey everyone, I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about a new Deadpool and Wolverine comic book ongoing series coming out in 2025. So if you guys actually were subscribed to my main YouTube channel, Master Swag King, which you should, me and Professor Savage Dad actually reviewed the 3-part miniseries Deadpool and Wolverine WW3, which was basically misleading as a title because people initially thought it was going to be Deadpool and Wolverine World War III, but it ended up just being WW3, short for Wade Wilson III. So in 2024, Deadpool and Wolverine as a movie came out. It was the third sequel to the Deadpool film series starring Ryan Reynolds. And then this time around, he brought in Hugh Jackman to return to play Wolverine. So this is my biggest problem with stuff like this, okay? And people ask, why would you be angry about this announcement? I'm actually not. I actually like the announcement. I am going to buy the book, actually, or the ongoing issues when they drop. And maybe we'll review them, and maybe these will be better than Joe Kelly's 3-part miniseries. And hey, Adam Kubert's art saved that run for me. It completely did, because Adam Kubert's art is absolutely amazing. So my thing here is, why is this not capitalized on the year the movie comes out? By the time this drops, Deadpool and Wolverine is at home, right? It's digital. It's already on digital now and home video, right? Why are we getting a Deadpool and Wolverine ongoing series next year when the movie's released this year? Why not just do the ongoing series now to capitalize on the movie? Now, to be fair, I will be completely fair here. Movie and comic book synergy never's been a thing, ever. Even with movie tie-in comics, never is a thing. But to me, it's just so stupid not to capitalize on a Deadpool and Wolverine ongoing series in 2024 when the movie drops. That's just my thing. I don't hate that this is going to be a thing. It's a good thing. I like it. It's going to do well for them. Even Deadpool and Wolverine WW3, it was still like a top 10 seller despite it being pretty bad book, honestly. You know, people just like these characters together. So here we go with the first image they also released of it as well. Marvel to launch a new Deadpool and Wolverine ongoing series in 2025. Marvel is to launch a new ongoing Deadpool and Wolverine series in January 2025 from Benjamin Percy and Joshua Cassara. Marvel launches Deadpool and Wolverine series in January 2025 by Benjamin Percy and Joshua Cassara. Series follows success of Deadpool and Wolverine movie and miniseries. That wasn't really success for WW3. I mean, it was a top 10 seller, but I call bullshit on that. Exploring their shared history, Percy and Cassara reteam for action-packed 80s-inspired adventure with thrilling, bromantic dynamics. Expect non-stop thrills and a major reveal connecting past and future in the epic first issue. So what do you think, man? Just of the news in general, this. You excited? Nah, met on it?
I don't know, dude. The miniseries didn't leave a great taste in my mouth because that villain was so shitty.
God.
It was so boring.
It could have been so much better, too. The concept was there. They
should have just used fucking Sabretooth or T-Ray. Like, give me some of the real give me some of their real villains, not this, whatever the fuck that guy was. It was a terrible.
That's the thing.
Group of villains.
Deadpool and Wolverine WW3 needed to be more fleshed out. As everyone knows from our reviews, it needed to at least be at the minimum 5 issues. Honestly,
oh, absolutely,
but it's 3 issues. You know,
yeah.
And then now they want to do an ongoing series. It's like, you guys just fucking with me. We're just getting bent over and fucked repeatedly. Why not just do the good idea then? Why are we doing the good idea next year when the movie's expired? I don't get it.
Because they couldn't, in all honesty, if that movie had not done as well as it did, this book doesn't exist. They made this book, they got people together. As soon as that movie at least made all of its money back at the box office, which is different for Disney Marvel. So they're like, oh shit, we made all of our money back. Well, fuck. Let's launch a comic book to tie in now. It's not too late, right? Fuck it.
And I will say this as well. I am going to be releasing our Deadpool and Wolverine WW3 reviews. Obviously, the trade's out right now, and on mycomicshop.com, they usually did discount the trades depending on how good they are for MSRP. MSRP, the trade would sell for like $16.99. Do you guys know how much they're selling it for? They put it for $10. Now, I will say this: it might read better as a trade because you're getting it all at once. There's some story arcs in comics like that one that I would think would flow better if you're reading them as a trade. That series as an ongoing was just a slog to get through, honestly. And even when you got to the final issue, it was just kind of like a letdown, honestly. You know?
Yeah.
Well, maybe also if you didn't get it in the the floppies when it dropped and you read it as a trade and you like it, sure. And to be honest, it's all subjective. If you like it as a trade, that's fine. It's probably better. Yeah. It's probably a better of a series read that way. But I'm just so tired of that. Just release the trade then. If it's reads better trade, just do the trade. You don't have to release everything as a floppy, but that's a discussion for another day. Marvel is to launch a new ongoing Deadpool and Wolverine series in January 2025 from Benjamin Percy and Joshua Cassara to follow up on the Deadpool and Wolverine movie that did so well for Marvel Comics this year. But that has no synergy, though. Deadpool and Wolverine doing good in a movie has no bearing on a comic book. Guys, I promise you it does not.
It's all about whether or not the writer can pull it off, dude. And this isn't Ryan Reynolds, so who cares?
And this isn't following up on Deadpool and Wolverine the movie, because we have it right here. And also following up on the miniseries Deadpool and Wolverine WW3.
No.
And the backup strips, Weapon Extraction, Deadpool and Wolverine #1 will see a returning X-Men villain with new revelations about their shared history. And this is the promotional image for issue 1. That looks amazing.
If you're gonna do, maybe that's a great cover. If you're gonna do Sabretooth as the villain, like, give me a good villain. Don't like when they say that they're following up on that. I really hope that they're not following up on World War III. He was terrible. He was the stupid ripoff of multiple other villains. I'd never heard of him before. I don't know if he ever existed. It didn't seem like he did. Nobody knew what he was and what he was doing. And frankly, we read all 3 issues. I still don't know what was.
And I will say this here. The concepts were there. They had a good idea of what they kind of wanted to do, but the execution was just so awful. So maybe in this ongoing series, we'll see a better explanation of what they were trying to do. But then again,
I don't think they're
wishful thinking.
I don't think they knew, dude. That's the thing. That villain was like this ripoff of Arcade, kind of.
He was a ripoff of the what's that book you read in school where like it's the Dangerous Game. It's a ripoff of that, basically. Josh and I really hit it off when we were working together on X-Force and became great friends, Percy told IGN. When he made the jump to X-Men, it was honestly a little traumatic for us both, but if you get the opportunity to draw a flagship title, you have to go for it. And he drew the living shit out of that series. We never stopped texting or hanging out at cons. We're always trading stupid jokes and many hundreds of Arnold Schwarzenegger GIFs. I even helped his wife locate one of the elusive 12-foot Home Depot skeletons recently. Okay. So we'll both be celebrating Halloween like bosses. This is all to say we were both so damn excited to get the band back together. Deadpool and Wolverine is us cartwheeling onto the stage and shredding our guitars once more while smoke machines churn and pyrotechnics explode all around us. Okay, I don't know. Okay, Josh, I get it. You're excited, but what the fuck did you what interview was that? That's a shit-ass interview. In some ways, it simply feels like business as usual. Since 2017, Percy says, since 2017, with the Wolverine The Long Night podcast, I've never stopped writing Logan for Marvel, and this is simply the next chapter in his journey. But of course, things have changed for the mutants, and we're leaning into this new normal in the series. The film was both a hit and a hoot, but we started working on the series long before we ever saw Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds tear each other apart in a Honda Odyssey. That's such bullshit. Guys, these books, guys, I'm just telling you right now, that's the reason why that's bullshit is because these books are pre-planned months in advance. By the time we hear the news of this happening, this has already been in the works for a while, honestly. Contracts written up, art already done, storyboard, editorial
what I'm
staff
saying
ideas.
Is that, like, and how long ago was it that Deadpool and Wolverine dropped and made and made a crap ton of money. The
Yeah.
reason this book is coming out is because that movie made money, or they never would have announced. They never would have went forward with this. Did they
That's
have a
why it was initially a
conversation? Sure.
3-part miniseries as a test.
Yep.
That's why, yeah. So I can't say it was an influence, but I can say that the dynamic between the characters will feel familiar to theater goers. How are you going to get those theater goers to buy this comic book? Because those theater goers are casuals and they're probably not interested in comics. Yep. You'd be surprised how many people like getting them to read a comic is going to be pretty hard. You know, he said it right there. They want the theater goers to buy this. You better have a good story there for word of mouth on that issue 1. Issue 1 has to be a literal banger for that to work. Fun, thrilling, and both adversarial and bromancy, not to mention violent as hell. That was the vibe that Josh, I, and Mark Basso, our fearless editor, agreed upon. Non-stop thrills, insane action, set pieces, and a gonzo 80s action movie precedent, Percy says. We want you to feel like Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme could be a guest star in any of these issues. That's a big crazy reveal at the end of issue 1. So I'm not sure I should say just now, Percy teases, but both the future and the past are coming together in the present in a cataclysmic way. And it's up to our favorite superhero odd couple to save the day, and maybe the world. How are you feeling about this? He seems pretty excited. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from him. I'll give him a chance. I'll buy issue 1. We'll see where it goes.
Dude, yeah, honestly. I'd wait to see. I'll wait to see who the villain is. Because that villain, again, was terrible.
Are we following up that villain? Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. No. I hope that's not what they're following up. If that's who they're following up, nope, I don't care. Don't give a shit. The villain's motivations were shit. Yeah. Motivations were shit. Power set was an agglomeration of whatever worked for the plot at the time to move it along. Mm-hmm. And yeah, dude, it was just terrible. The girl with the teleporting bite thing, like no thanks. I'm sorry. Just and that's the problem. One of the bigger problems with that book is that the villains were so just uncompelling. Not to mention also for half of the series, you don't really even get Deadpool in it. In fact, most of the series, it was like Wolverine featuring Deadpool to show up every few panels and be like,
yeah.
Like,
and then we just got confirmation. We just got confirmation right now that this new Deadpool and Wolverine ongoing series is following up Deadpool Wolverine WW3. So the big problem with that right here, I'll lay out some of my initial thoughts, right? So, and you guys will hear our thoughts when I release those reviews, right? Villain is bad. I will say these things were a slog to get through because it was mostly just Joe Kelly. I guess he just liked Wolverine more. Deadpool was really just oddly not Deadpool in that series because for me, I know that's the Merc with the Mouth, the guy that makes a lot of jokes. He was depressed constantly. He wanted to up his cancer for some stupid reason that I forgot. Deadpool was just so trash in that series, right? And I will say the action was good. The action was good. Yeah. There was some scenes here and there that were really, really well done. But then when you have the final reveal in issue 3, and it's like, well, this was all a simulation. And I was just trying to get Wolverine to go into his berserk mode because I was really trying to unveil who he really was, the man that's truly behind the suit. And it's like, well, I haven't seen that fucking as a concept ever in anything comic book related, you know? So like, I'll say this right now. It's better if you probably just buy that trade, see if you like it. To be fair, it's probably discounted anyway. It says $10.99 online, but let's be honest here, your comic shop will probably get rid of it for like $7, honestly. And to be fair, like I mentioned earlier in the video, it might read better as a trade. I will give it that. But the villain wasn't good. The story was uncompelling. Deadpool just gets like the shaft for no reason. And it's really just super confusing about like what the villain was trying to do versus what he was actually going to attempt to do as the series goes on. Like it's just super, it was jumbled and the execution was just poorly handled, honestly. But hey, it's not Joe Kelly writing it this time, so maybe it'll be good. I don't know. But yeah, man, what are your closing thoughts on this, honestly?
I don't know. I'll probably wait and see what you have to say about it. Like if they are following up with this just crap villain, I'm already out. Like, no thanks. I don't care. I might get interested in the trade if it's good. So like if you pick up the first issue and you're like, oh wow, no, actually it wasn't that villain, it's something else entirely, and they're not even talking about Wade growing off of Logan and blood regeneration and like that was actually some of the more interesting things they did with it. But the rest of the whole,
but that's been in all the
so bad,
dude. Even and I liked Wolverine #1 Deep Cut by Chris Claremont. I did, but this obsession with Wolverine's healing factor recently has been so cringe. Okay, we get it. He can heal from anything. I get it. Can we do something else, please? It's happened in Wolverine Revenge. It's happened in Wolverine Deep Cut. It's happened in Deadpool and Wolverine. Can I read a Wolverine comic book where it doesn't focus on its fucking healing factor constantly? All the villains are always like, man, you can really just regenerate from anything. Yes, thank you for telling me for the 10,000th time. Fuck. Can we do anything different with these characters at this point? It's like that guy that'll come up to you and be like, that useless stat of like, did you know that the sky is really not blue? It's like, oh, yes, fuck, dude. Shut up. It's just stupid. So
that guy sounds high.
So, yes, if you guys actually enjoyed this video segment, you can watch this show live on my main YouTube channel, Master Swag King, because I'm going to be releasing comic book news segments like this to my Master Swag King and comics and manga channel. Whenever me and Professor Savage Dad do these shows, primarily they're on Sundays, but that might change moving forward. Kind of playing it by ear until that potentially might happen. So, like I mentioned before, in the other one you're going to see, and I'm not going to mention this in any more of these because it would already be mentioned in the first video. If I can do the news by myself, I will. But if it's news that he can chime in on, we'll do it together. Honestly, that way it's flexible. That's that way you guys aren't waiting for content. So that way you get comic book reviews like we do, get them by myself, or you can get them, in different formats, because consistent content is key to growing a YouTube channel, actually. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're a returning viewer or new viewer, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. Signing out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces.